Alright. So during this time, if you guys have any questions you wish to ask, or if you want to share any like fun facts with Zelda 2, now would be your time to do so, because pretty much this is what's gonna happen for the next 30 minutes and such. And for those that will probably be watching the stream once it gets uploaded on YouTube, this will be your chance to like pretty much put this game in the background and such, or at least put the video in the background, and pretty much go do whatever it is that you probably might need to do at this moment. Yeah, I probably should not have done that. Okay. There we go. Oh, red jar. I'll take that. Okay. Oh, got two. So yeah, pretty much. Usually, like when I do like a grinding session in Zelda 2, I usually sometimes wait. Usually for the most part, when I do a grinding session, I always usually do a grinding session before I get to Palace 6. Before I get to Palace 6, I always do a grinding session to where I just wait until, like, you know, pretty much all of my like experience except for attack has reached level 8 and such. Whereas attack I've only reached level 7. That way, by the time, like, you know, I get done with Barba and everything, the boss in Palace 6, pretty much like I'll have everything ready. Like I'll pretty much like maxed out my maxed out everything that I need for experience to get ready to take on the Great Palace. Now, pretty much I knew, like, off the back of my head and everything, that there was gonna be a moment to where, like, I am gonna have to, like, you know, do a grinding session with Zelda 2 and everything. I was kind of hoping that, like, I wouldn't need to do it and everything, but, honestly, with the way the game is and everything, like, yeah, there is gonna be at least one well, maybe not really mandatory, like, if you don't want to grind, you don't have to grind if you don't want to. But pretty much, if you want to make this game easier on yourself, then yeah, there is gonna be that, one moment where pretty much you are gonna have to grind no matter what, just to get, like, you know, hey, beat. Just to make this game, like, a little bit more, easier for you. But luckily, at least, like, you know, in terms of this part of the game and everything, if you know where, pretty much if you already have, like, you know, a good idea on, like, you know, where you want to grind and, like, which enemies you want to use to grind and everything to gain some experience and such, then, pretty much, like, yeah, like, at least with this game and everything, grinding doesn't really take all that long and such, like, honestly, if everything, like, you know, it's unavoidable. Yeah, it is. Like, pretty much, like, yeah, the grind in this game, like, unfortunately, like, for some people, is unavoidable. But like I said, like, at least, like, when it comes to games like this, thankfully, like, you only need to do, like, you know, a grinding session once and such. And then pretty much afterwards, like, you know, you don't have to worry about, like, you know, grinding your levels ever again. And, okay, you know what, after this, I'm gonna go back into town and pretty much heal up on, well, magic and such, because, yeah, I pretty much need to at this point. So, let me go ahead and do this. What a bare minimum there. There has to be enough magic to cast. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. I do agree with you right there. And pretty much like I said, like, you know, it's usually there to make the game easier as well, too. So, honestly, you know what, like... Alright, you know what? New goal. I want to see if I can at least, like, you know... excuse me. Alright, I want to see if I can at least get both my magic and my attack up by 1 level. If I can actually do that, like, before the 30 minutes are up, then you know what? For the rest of the stream, we should be all set and ready to go, actually. And if that's the case, then, like, maybe I might actually make Session 3 the final session, actually. Alrighty, so pretty much we just need this one lizard, and we'll all be set and ready to go. Alright. Alright, we just need one more. Just one more, and we're good to go. Alright. Yeah, that's my cat as well, too. Alright, I'll get you in a minute, Casey. Give me a minute. Let's see here. I watched the streamer get there with 6 magic. They were stuck. They had to grind the 7 and... Oh, boy. Yeah. Honestly, you know what? Yeah, like, now that you mentioned and everything, yeah. So, pretty much, like, yeah, if you need to do, like, a mandatory grinding session, definitely... pretty much, like, you know, definitely do it. I don't know if it goes away. I hope it doesn't, because I want it to stay. Okay. But pretty much, like, yeah, if you need to do, like, you know, a mandatory grinding session, definitely do it before the Great Palace, at the very least. Because honestly, like, you know, you can still do the 6th Palace, like, you know, with the status that you got right now and such. But definitely after Palace 6 is definitely where, I would recommend that you need to grind right now. If you haven't already. So yeah, honestly, we are actually doing very good in terms of levels. Oh, yeah. If I remember right, I think in, like, the first time I played Zelda 2, like, my blind Let's Play, I think I just used the, desert to basically, like, you know, do my grinding session right there, and I used the, blue scorpions to basically, like, gain more XP and such. But like I said, usually it's around Palace 5. Usually it's around Palace 5, on where, like, you know, I start doing a grinding session right now before I get to Palace 6 and such. And pretty much I usually use the, blue Tektites to, like, get my experience up as best as I can and such. But this little session right here is actually very good as well, too. So, like, you know, get as many experience as you can. So have I asked before? What do you think about... okay, Battle of the Olympus I have not played, as of yet and such. But I definitely might check it out. Like, you know, pretty much, like, you know, if it's Zelda 2 clone at the end of the day and everything, then, I definitely will check it out. Or, like, maybe sometime in the near future and such, I might actually do it as a blind Let's Play. So, pretty much at the very least, like, you know... I'll check it out. Maybe, like, you know, maybe I might, like, you know, see, like, you know, a quick little gameplay, like, somewhere on YouTube, or maybe a trailer and such. And if I think it's interesting enough to, give it a shot, then, yeah, I definitely will give it a shot sometime in the near future. I recommend it. It's got great music, and you can wear... Oh, interesting. Alrighty. pretty much thank you for the game recommendation and everything. Like I said, I definitely will check it out sometime soon and such. So, pretty much I will definitely put that game on like on a list that's like potential games to do a Let's Play series on one day. Oh, okay. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do the red ones. Why not? I mean, I know I don't really give out that many experience, but might as well. Yeah, I'll take it. I need it. Oh. Alright, okay, red once again. Oh. Oh, there you are. There we go. Whoop. What did I get? I got the orange ones. Okay. Ooh, Pete. I'll take that. Oop, my fault. Pete! Okay. Alright, we're getting closer. So, you know what? Yeah, alright, you know what? Yeah, pretty much, let's just keep on going on, and alright, we got the red ones today. Pretty much, yeah, let's just keep on going, let's just keep on going until, like, until pretty much I've, maxed out my, magic as well, too. There he is. There we go. I think we should be okay. Whoop. What do we get? I think I might have got the orange ones. Yep. Ooh, beep. Hey there, Casey. Been making a cameo on my streams lately. Up, up, up. Ah, okay, hold on. Go this way. Yeah, let's use life. Ooh. Alright, well, no fairy, but that's okay. Alright, let me go ahead and heal up real quick. Alright, we're getting very close. Like, we, pretty much we literally just need, like, you know, under 900. Alright, also heal up the lady. Hey, give Graham more, what? Oh, actually, yeah, that's right. Pretty much you're not the same red lady that had the red whiskey. Oh, well. A good combatter pretty much needs to keep on the defense. You can trade themselves. Let's keep going. Alright, we're almost done. So, honestly, alright, so pretty much prior to this, I think what I'll also do, like, pretty much I think I'll just, like, you know, kill Link on purpose and everything, that way. Pretty much, yeah, I think I'll just kill Link on purpose and everything, because, like, I do only have one life left, and, like, pretty much if I get a game over and everything, I gotta go all the way back to Palace 6, so I might as well save myself the trouble and just do that right now and such. Okay. There we go. Alright, just pretty much 2 more lizards and we should be good to go. Alright. I'm almost done, Keys. Oh, we did it! Alright. There we go. Alright, we're all done with the grinding session. You don't have to worry about grinding anymore. Alrighty, I know what else I could do, so, alright. While I go and feed my cat, Link, take care of this lizard for me there, please, will you? See you in a bit, folks. And Link is like, what the fuck, dude? Yeah, it was, Dave. Pretty much, that was just very, very easy. Alrighty, I don't think Bonnie is actually back. I don't know if he is or not, but alrighty. Alright, well, pretty much, while I go ahead and make my way back to, or at least, like, to the entrance of where Palace 6 is going to be, I'm gonna go ahead and sign on right over here. So, folks, we are actually getting very near the end of Zelda 2 and everything, just like I thought we would. Now, I don't know, I highly doubt this will be the case, but honestly, like, it would actually be very interesting if I can actually beat Zelda 2 in just, like, 3 sessions and such. I don't think it will be possible, to be perfectly honest. I do think that, like, we might actually do need a 4th extra session just to make it to the Great Palace in of itself and everything. But pretty much, like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna try my best to ignore the enemies. But pretty much, yeah, up until this point now, we are actually getting we're actually nearing the end of Zelda 2, so all we need to do is just pretty much, once we get done with Palace 6, and pretty much also get the final spell as well too, and make our way to the Great Palace, we'll be all done. So I knew off the top of my head that, like, you know, it was gonna be like, most likely we were not gonna do Palace 6 and everything, which was fine. And honestly, like, it actually did work out pretty well in my favor, I would say, and everything, because, like, yeah, pretty much as you guys saw right there, like, you know, the grind session in Zelda 2 is not really all that bad. It's just pretty much, like, you know, the game itself that can't be, like I said, the game itself can be very, you know, I wouldn't say, like, you know, unfair hard and everything, but it can definitely be, like, you know, brutal hard and such. I won't deny that. This game can be brutal when it can't, this game can be brutal when it wants to be. But as long as you know what you're doing and everything, as long as you know, like, how to handle certain enemies and everything, like, you know, this game can be really fun at the end of the day. Like I said, like, you know, there's some moments in Zelda 2 where pretty much, like, you know, the more I play it and everything, the more I'm having, like, you know, such a, you know, grand time with the place. Oh! But pretty much, like, yeah, like, you know, I'm having such a fun time with the game and everything that, like, I'm a little sad to see that, like, yeah, it is slowly going to be coming to the end. But Fred, no, like, you know, because, like, we still have 2 other Zelda games left to do in the Zelda-thon and such, and some of the, and pretty much I am looking forward to at least, like, you know, giving them another try and such after so long and such. And actually, okay, you know what? I'm gonna use the spell. I'm gonna use the spell right here. So, yeah, there you go. Now it's blobs and such. So pretty much you don't have to worry about the lizards for a while. Like, you know, the rocks were, like, pretty much ignoring you, or at least annoying you and such. But yeah, but pretty much, yeah, like I said, like, you know, I'm a little surprised that, like, you know, the game is coming to the end real soon and such, but hopefully you guys are still having fun with this Zelda-thon series as much as I am and everything. Hopefully that you guys, you know, are at least still been, like, you know, entertained for as much as I can, like, you know, for as much as like me and Barney can offer like some pleasant commentary to you guys, as well as like offering as much like information within the game and of itself and everything. Pretty much, yeah. That's all I just gotta hope for. It's like I hope you guys are having a grand time with this game, and I hope, we do hope that like we see you guys once at the finale of the game once we get to it real soon. So all right, we're getting slowly closer to making our way to Palace 6. Let's see here. Alright, so right over here, as we move on down to the desert, and I knew that was going to happen, but that's okay. So, alright, so right here in this palace, you play a flute right here in the center, and there you go, Palace 6. So this right here is going to be the palace that we will be back into sooner or later. Before we do, okay, at least it was that. Let's see. Hey, no. Actually, you know what? No, I'll leave it right here. Alright, so this is where, we're gonna end off the session right here. Alright, so real quick, before I do end off the session, I did mention in my community poll and everything that pretty much I set up a poll. Which of the two games did you guys wanted me to do for this year's RPG Summer? And let me go over there right now just to see if like anything's changed. If there has been like an extra vote since I last been there. No, still the same vote. All right, so right now we still have a tie between between Phantasy Star for the Master System and the first Final Fantasy game for the NES. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get this out right now. I'm gonna flip a coin. So,
I'm here.
Alright, okay. Alright, actually, you know what? You're just in time, so... Alright, well, pretty much the good news is...
Sorry if I took a while. I slowly began to feel unwell, so I had to...
okay, actually, well, actually, you know what? No, pretty much, like, that's perfectly understandable. Like, pretty much if you knew that you were feeling unwell and everything, that's perfectly understandable. I don't blame you one bit.
Yeah, like, I'm back now, so what are we doing now?
Alright, so pretty much the good news is I already did a grinding session, like, pretty much, like, while you were away and everything. So we just literally we literally just entered Palace 6. But we're not going to be doing Palace 6 until the next session, so pretty much you didn't miss anything.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty much all I did was that, like, I used the, wooden area to where, like, the new coastal town was. Pretty much I just used, like, the orange lizards and the red spiders as well, too. To pretty much gain the experience points until I got the levels that you see right here. So I got level 7 for attack and level 8 for magic as well. So pretty much once we get done with the 6th palace, pretty much all of our statuses will be upgraded to the max level. So pretty much after that, we'll be ready to take on the Great Palace real soon.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Yep. But before we did that, so alright, so I did say that, like, in a poll there was a tie. There's a tie between Final Fantasy and Phantasy Star. So what I'm gonna do right now is flip a coin. And pretty much, okay, actually, Bonnie, you know what? Pretty much you call it. Pretty much like, alright, actually, I know that you like Final Fantasy so much, so pretty much I'm gonna let you call heads or tails.
Alright, I'm gonna call tails for Final Fantasy, heads for
Phantasy Star.
For Phantasy Star. Heads for Phantasy Star, tails for Final Fantasy.
Alright, there we go. I'm flipping it right now. Flip. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Tails! Alright, Barney, you got your wish. We are doing Final Fantasy for the NES.
Yeah.
Pretty much that's going to be the game. That's going to be this year's RPG Summer. So pretty much once I get done with both Sonic 2, and if I'm still able to do Spy Fox and Dry Cereal and everything, then yeah, pretty much coming up real soon, we'll be doing a Final Fantasy for the NES. That's going to be our RPG Summer and such. Now for that game, I will say right off the bat, for that game, like, I will be using at least an overworld map. I'm going to be using at least an overworld map, so that way I know, like, which towns I need to go to, and pretty much like just mostly which towns do I need to go to. But pretty much after that, I'm gonna go into it completely blind. And for that one, honestly, like I'm going back and forth, like if I want to do it as like a live stream or if I want to do it as like a recording session and such. Right now, I'm leaning more towards live stream, but if anything changes, I'll definitely let you guys know. But yeah, pretty much I'll make a community post as soon as possible, so that way you guys will already know like which games are good, which game won RPG Summer and such. But alrighty guys, well this has been Sakura Diesel saying thank you all so much for watching. If you guys have enjoyed this session of Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link, don't forget to hit that like button. If you guys want to see more, if you guys want to see another session of Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link, hit that subscribe button as well. Speaking of games, if you guys got any games you want me to try out, list them in the comments on the YouTube or on my Facebook page. If you guys like movie and TV show reviews, check out my main channel where I mostly do that. Or check them out at Barney's co-op channel, Review Bros, where we review movie, TV shows, music, and books together. Yeah. Alrighty guys, well this has been Sakura Diesel saying thank you all so much for watching, and next time when we come back, we're at least going to tackle on Palace 6, and at the very least, we're going to make our way to the Great Palace. If for some crazy luck, that we have just enough time to actually do the Great Palace, then we'll do it. If we don't have that much time, then we'll just save the Great Palace as its own session, so pretty much we're just going to wait and see what the third session is going to have in store for us. But alright, but anyway, yeah, so anyway, this has been Sakura Diesel with my good friend. And we'll see you guys at the very next session of Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link sometime next week. So, until then, take care everybody and bye-bye.
Bye, folks.
Bye-bye, everyone. Man, that was real crazy with Palace 4. I sure hope I never see those racists ever again.